Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Hurricanes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. He'll do it himself. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Running back searching for a hole. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Back to pass, it's Bridges. They're working that left side. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a win.
Bowles his way forward. Oh, it's out! Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
I would love to tell you he should have gotten the first down and slid or got down, but that's not... They're trying to get extra plays, and I know he had the first down, but he's thinking touchdown. That little bit of extra effort, you can tell, forced the turnover, forced the fumble, defense recovers.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. They go to the ground. The Gamecocks pick up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Looking to go up top on first down. He looks that one in nicely. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
But with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hurricane. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right. Doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And the returner will be dragged down. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Off the RPO, complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you set up fourth down.
He'll keep it on the sneak. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Dumps it off in the flats. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And the defense came into this game knowing they were going to have to stop this guy getting handoffs, but also catching the ball. Nice job rallying to him out in the flat, making a nice tackle.
Now on second down. Looking for a man. It's Bridges. Fires to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Canes. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem.
That makes the score Miami 14, South Carolina 0.
The kickoff team out there getting set.
Number 15 sets a kickoff.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll leave it with him. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw on second down. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Coming after it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Hurts. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Bust through behind his pad. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the 1st.
Red pass, it's complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and they're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. Trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. A run for the quarterback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They got nothing and probably didn't like it on the last play. They'll have a touchdown Gamecocks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Good concentration to get that squibber inside the 15. And the returner is stopped. First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Just destroying his way through the field. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
He'll pull it down and run. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
On the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Trying to move the sticks on third down. To throw, it's Bridges. He's going to let it go. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs, we've got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Using his feet to buy time. Makes the catch, he's got enough. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
Going to try to get it himself. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Hurricanes racing to the line in a hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's fired. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Canes are in the red zone. On the move. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
And I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. To the air, it's Bridges. Floating away. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. The field goal is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Snags it quickly on the left. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Now on 3rd down for this offense. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Trying to get to him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. On 4th down, trying to find his man. The sweet feet keeping the play alive.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. Trying to get them out flanked on the jet sweep. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and the number one thing you want to do with a jet sweep is make that thing bounce, right? Don't let it get outside right now. Make that thing go east-west, not north-south. Great job by the defense being ready for that jet sweep.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Hurts. A little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
3rd down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Miami, 14. South Carolina, 7.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. And the Canes get the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Movement here from the tight end. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Trying play action. He's got the tight end. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
And the Hurricanes have their offense in high gear. He wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll go with a direct snap. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
He's got his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Miami 14, South Carolina 7.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll be brought down. 4th and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? DB's right up on the receivers. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Wide receiver shows motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Hauls it in, looking for space. Touchdown, Miami! And how about the kicking game coming up with a play? They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. South Alabama went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Jaguars. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Fires to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the offense. The option look. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, South Carolina. The defense takes matters into their own hands. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Looking to throw, it's Hurts. He's got it in the end zone for the two as they trim more off of that lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And with a lead like they have here in the fourth quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Third down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Oh, how did you make that move? At the 45 on its way. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move.
It's so hard to force fumbles. You so badly want to get him. You're crawling. You're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
The Canes are rolling down the field. The give to the tailback. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights right down the middle.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking to pass. It's Hurts. Intercepted. Got room on the return. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Looking for the two-point try. He wants to throw it. Makes the grab in the end zone for the two as they extend the lead.
How about that, guys? That's basically a 15-point swing. Defense gets a pick six, and then your offense gets the two-point conversion. Wow.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's going up top here late in the game. He's got it inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30-plus.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.